Welcome back to a Faith X Life, where we dissect how our faith intersects with our lives. Guys, this is season 2. And we're so glad you're back. We're glad we're back. It was a little bit later in the first month of the year.
That's right.
But we're back.
Here we are.
And that's a miracle and blessing itself.
Come on.
So Sunday, Pastor spoke a message, a powerful one, and he's been talking about the series on the gift.
Come on.
And he presented a question to the congregation, and he said, "Are you currently who you want to be?"
Shucks.
And I always love when he starts out with a question for us, because then it gets you thinking about what topic he may be presenting next,
That's right.
and how it's going to be communicated.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how we present as a gift to one another, and how the very presentation of who we are, the very interworkings of who we are, is a gift for someone. It's something that's translated to other people, and in the midst of serving, in the midst of giving of ourselves, we're giving who we are.
That's good.
And it whatever that is, people are receiving and taking, no matter it's a positive or a negative experience. And so it causes us to take a deeper look into who we are and what that looks like for us.
Come on. That's good. And he said this later in the message, but it ties to what you said. And he was talking about about identity. And if we miss that we're the gift, then we'll miss out on the gift that God provides for us. But we'll get concerned about being unwrapped if we're not sure of who we are.
Ooh.
We'll be concerned about what we're giving to other people if our identity is not secure.
Absolutely.
Let me find it, how he said it. Let's see. Yeah, so these two things said before a gift gets unwrapped, it has to have identity. It has to fit the occasion. And so you can, if a person, and we see this, if a person is unwrapped, if the gift of who they are is unwrapped in the wrong season, like say that you present someone a birthday gift on their anniversary or something, it's not, the gift that was given didn't fit the occasion. Yeah. And so it's just understanding that when we're being unwrapped, our identity has to be certain, or else we'll try to come and be a gift to someone in the wrong season, or be the wrong gift at the right time.
That's good.
Which would make us the wrong gift at the wrong time. So our identity is important. And it says, if we don't look at ourselves as a gift, we won't present to others according to who God says we are. And again, that's identity, because if we were to gauge our value based on what others say or what the response is when we're unwrapped, then people would get to determine our worth and not God. So if we come in already in a situation letting ourselves be unwrapped, knowing that we're a gift of God, then our identity is already settled, and we're not trying to allow other people to value us or place value on us.
The segue into that with Ecclesiastes, he brought up Ecclesiastes 3:1. He said, there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die. I read verse 2. Yeah, but verse 1 is the emphasis is on what you were actually saying, was understanding what the season and how we operate as a gift. And something I just thought about is we give gifts in different times of seasons, for birthdays. That's right. For I almost said Thanksgiving, but we don't give gifts in Thanksgiving. Like Christmas. but understanding the inner workings that the gift giving looks different for those times. One is more just isolated for one person, and then the other gift is giving to multiple people because of what the time and season represents of giving to others because of the gift given to us by Jesus.
Come on.
And ironically enough, he was actually talking about, and it almost seemed like he was talking about the manger story, and it was talking about being wrapped.
Right, yeah.
And
swaddling clothes.
Exactly. And then he was bringing the correlation of you get excitement from seeing a gift that's wrapped, and you feel like you're being given something special than if it's not wrapped and it's thrown into a bag. And it was a good correlation of understanding that if you present yourself wrapped to someone, there is a sense of feeling of worth because you went the extra mile to be wrapped.
That's it. People don't know what's inside, or it's more like, you can see that when people come into our lives. It's like, why are you in my life? Like, what's on the inside of you that I need? What is it about you that's a gift to me? And likewise, it's not supposed to be like a selfish thing, like, what do you have for me? But it's like also like, who am I, or what gift am I that could be a gift to you, like a blessing to you? One thing he read, man, I don't have the reference down, but it's the verse. It says, we'll have it on the screen, about how God doesn't cast a shifting shadow. I believe it's in James. And it reminded me of the Psalms. It said, the face of those who trust in him will never be darkened. And if God is not casting a shadow, then like the fact right before it, he had talked about how there are things that people are destroying or are in destruction. And you can look at it for the effects of people's lives on other people. What should have been a gift was actually destructive, or people came in and wreaked havoc instead of being a gift. So there are things that are being destroyed, and we have the ability to reverse it. But if we don't believe, that'll cause stress, that'll cause worry. Especially, I can see this a lot, especially like for parents who have been praying for children, or, people praying for loved ones, family members, friends, how things can be discouraging and look like they're not changing. But if God doesn't cast a shifting shadow, then there's no reason for our face to be darkened, because we're always in a place of hope, always in a place of expectation, knowing that the gift of who we are, even if it's expressed through prayer, is going to be a part of like rebuilding, or a part of reversing destruction that's been done in someone else's life.
Because he says that you're being unwrapped, every day.
You're right.
And understanding that as you're being unwrapped, the layers that are being uncovered is what people are seeing. So are you that gift or that present that's being unwrapped? Are they seeing layers that will help you, that will bring life, or is it the more they unwrap, the less they like the gift? Those people where they unravel and the gift, and they realize it wasn't what they've always wanted.
Abort.
Those are, I don't know about you, but that's a personal fear of mine, is someone unwrapping a gift that I bought them, and it's absolutely nothing that they wanted. And then they unwrap it, and then there's like,
they kind of hide the disappointment.
Right. And you know what they're thinking? They're too polite to say it. Well, some are. They're too polite to say it, but they're thinking that this is terrible. I liked when you were talking about the destruction aspect. He brought up a point that most people don't talk about, is we see that the world is on a collision course with itself.
Right.
And I like how he referenced, you're not there to save the world from the collision course, because it's going to collide with itself. But saving people from the collision of destruction is what we've been called to do, and understanding that Jesus called us to the people in the world. He didn't call us to the world.
Come on.
And sometimes we have to understand that it's what is the target audience of us as the gift. What are we targeting? Where are we targeting the world that we know is eventually going to meet its end, or are we targeting the people
in the world? That's
in the world.
Come on, sir. Amen. That was actually my last point too. Oh, here it says, when you have Jesus on the inside, he shows you how to present yourself on the outside. And you talked earlier about how salvation is like our access. So Jesus is the ultimate gift. And when we accept him, we become the gift. And so that's when we're trying to figure out, trying to know the best way to present ourselves to others. It's always best to let Jesus, who's on the inside, who's working in our lives, to determine what our presentation is and how we should express the gift that he's given us, because he is ultimate gift, partnered with the gift of who we are. So
it's that correlation that Pastor always says. Jesus was the fruit that was put back on the tree.
That's right.
And the reference of and it comes from when Adam and Eve, when Eve took the fruit and partook of it, it was the start of the sin that now entered the world. But when Jesus came, he was that fruit. And so we have life now because he brought the completion, or he
order.
Right.
Order.
Come on. Said.
Yes, sir. That's good. Yeah.
No, I couldn't say it better myself.
Come on. Well, that's it, you guys. We are. This is a good series. It's been a good message. So if you haven't listened, we'll have the link to the message that's on the app you can listen to, and it's just a good word. It's so important for us to remember that we are a gift.
Absolutely.
And no matter what we've been through, no matter what others have tried to tell us about ourselves, or no matter what we've felt about ourselves, God has placed something on the inside of us that the people around us need to unwrap. And so don't count yourself out, no matter what you felt or experienced before. You are a gift, and it's a good series. So we'll link the message in the description.
Absolutely.
This Sunday, we have a associate network leader with the Northwest Ministry Network, Don Dietrich, coming to be with us to speak on Sunday morning during Sunday morning service. So it's going to be amazing. You want to be there. And we also have Mental Health in the Bible coming up February 25th.
Don't miss it.
Come on, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. That link to register will also be in the description. And it's such a good seminar. It's so comprehensive. Mental health, you don't have to be distressed to need to know about mental health, because knowing about mental health is part of helping you to not be distressed. Okay, so
sorry,
sir.
Yes, it's important.
Pastor Jonathan and Abby, Emmaus Ministries Northwest, and come and equip us again. And even if you were a part of the last one, you're not going to want to miss this one. We do Faith X Live because what takes place in a 40-minute message, oftentimes we miss. Right. So how much more for something that's, a seminar, workshop style thing. So
want to give those condensed nuggets.
That's it. And Pastor Jonathan, it's going to be amazing. So you can register using the link in the description. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining us as we've begun season 2 of Faith X Life. We love you. Ask that you would join us next week, next Tuesday, here, wherever you're watching this, whether it's on the church app, YouTube, or Facebook, as we dissect how our faith intersects with our lives. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Sorry.